I've heard of Cowboy Copas.
I've never heard of him.
But I know nothing about him. I've just heard that. Maybe because of things I've seen. Cowboy Copas. I do not know. Yeah, you're right. There is a TV screen down here. Little gazebo hangout spot. The TV work?
Nope.
Well, I get that now. It's in the shape of a musical note. That thing the TV's on. You look at it from the side.
Yeah.
That none of it works?
Yeah.
You reckon? Oh, you reckon that's a solar panel to power the TV? The people that live around here, I wonder how many people go and knock on their door. You go, hey, did you live here in 1963?
Based on that one being burnt down, I'd say nobody.
Boy, they didn't give you a good way back. Yeah, all right. Give you a good way back to the path, did they? It's all right. Where we come from, we're not used to roads. And this rock is the crash site. It is eerily quiet in here, isn't it? Yeah, as far as the how and everything I've seen, of course this is dramatized because I've seen, you know, the Patsy Cline movie thing that was probably from 1980 or so. And it basically shows them crashing into a mountain. But, you know, that's Hollywood dramatized.
Yeah, because there's no mountains.
There's no really mountains down or here, yeah, that it would have been like that movie showed, you know. But then again, that's Hollywood. So, yeah, it's probably just come down. Mechanical stuff or ice. Ice was a big issue back in those days. Pilots flying, you know, little planes. Same thing with Buddy Holly's stuff a few years before that. You know, that
I'm seeing a lot of
they really should have not been flying anyway in those conditions, but people want to get to where they want to get to, and mistakes are made. Yeah, I noticed that little stream runs all the way down through here too. If that's, of course, that could be man-made since then, put in here. But yeah, what you said, that's the perfect example of Hollywood, though, the way they do things, because I can clearly remember the end of that movie, and it shows that it's like they come out of the cloud, just like, you know, and they hit the side of this mountain, and there is no mountain here in any direction. That would have happened that way. And even the trees that are here, I mean, there's lots of trees in this area, but there are no large diameter trees here. And even if you go back to 50 years ago. So, yeah. Have to look it up and do a little research. See how much of it was mechanical and how much was pilot error. But yeah, coming out here and seeing it is definitely, after seeing documentaries and especially seeing that movie, it is nothing like,
it's not even close. It
is nothing like what was pictured in that movie. But there was a movie I really liked years ago about whatever they called it, the Rocket Boys thing. The kid from West Virginia that ended up working for NASA and all that. Come from this little mining town and got into rocketry. And but you know, they had to they had to Hollywoodize this at one point, that he left high school and went to work in the coal mines. You know, that didn't happen. It's like, why did you have... It was an interesting enough story. It was an interesting book that he had written. Why do you have to throw that little crap part into it? And it really didn't add any more drama or anything to the story. But Hollywood does what it does. I try to be respectful and not bother people, go bang on their doors that are near places I am, but it's like some of this Route 66 stuff, you know, I've seen somebody working in their yard, or, you know, messing around with something, stopped and talked to them, and, you know, had them talk to me for hours. And just give me history of the whole town and stuff, but... Yeah, I'm not going to go up and bang on somebody's door and disturb their day. Or take a chance on waking them up, because who knows, maybe they work the night shift. It's about a 99% chance that that road was there at the time, I would imagine, though. So, not that far from the road, because... You know, sometimes these little planes crash and they're miles from anything. But I have a fascination with this stuff, and I'm sure a lot of other people have fascinations with, obviously, with things and where things happen and bad things happen. But at the same time, there's things, like I said, we've been to that 9/11 crash site where that plane went down. But I've got a friend that did some computer stuff, and he was over working for me when 9/11 happened, doing some stuff for me. And a few days after that, when the list come out, we were talking about things, and he's like, you know, I could run a quick list between your company's database and this list and see if any of these people were your customers. And it's like, no, man, I don't want to know. I used to talk to a lot of people that worked in those buildings, and I really don't want one of them to trigger a name that I remember, or somebody that I talked to 6 months before that something that horrible happened to.